Hi, welcome back to Musicians Edition. Today we had a request for It's a Small World, and that is out of the big book of Disney songs for flute. If you need the sheet music or the book, it's in the description below. You will have to purchase this one, but it's not unreasonable, and who doesn't love to play Disney songs, right? All right, so let's take a look at what this song entails of. So first, let's look at our key signature. Well, what key signature is this? This is B flat. So we have B flat and E flat. Next, let's take a look at our time signature. What time signature is this piece in? This is cut time. So remember, that means everything is basically cut in half. It's going to be equivalent to 2, 2. So that also means our values of our notes are going to be cut in half. So our quarter notes there are going to be as if they're eighth notes. Our half notes are going to act as if they're quarter notes. And there are only 2 beats in our measure. 1, 2, 1, 2. If you want a further detailed breakdown on cut time, you can check it out here. All right, next we're going to talk about the repeats. These are not the regular repeats that we see. This one has the S with the dash and the dots. That is the del sueño repeat. So what's going to happen is we're going to play all the way until we see DSL fine. Now the DSL fine means we're going to go to that del sueño repeat sign. So the DSL fine is at the end of the piece here. You see that? We're going to go right into measure 2. So it's ta ta ta, going back into the del sueño, and then you see on the third line it says fine. That is the end of the song officially, because fine means finished. You can also tell because that's where the double lines are. So that's how it's going to work. So why don't we just break this down and we'll play it out and we'll figure it out along the way. Also, if you want to learn more about the repeats, you can check that out here as well. Okay. So, cut time. That means our first measure is almost like the eighth notes. And it's D to E flat. So why don't you just play that with me? Ready? And I'm going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, play. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's 2 and. Okay, the next we have is F and D. And those are going to act like quarter notes. So between measure 1 and 2, it's going to be this. 1, 2. Okay, so let's play that together. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. So then the next measure, we have B. And since that's a half note, that means it's worth 1. And then the 2 quarter notes are like an eighth. So B, C, B. Okay? So let's play those 3 measures. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. And then we have our half notes on the next one. So it's B to A. All right, so let's play all that now. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. So next we have the half note, which remember has the value of 1 now, and then we have the quarter notes, value of the eighth notes. Okay, so let's play all that together. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Great job. How you doing? Good. Okay, so carrying on, it's going to be 2 half notes, which remember are worth 1, so it's going to be 1 and 1. Okay, and then just looking at the next measure, half note and quarter notes, so 1 and eighths. So let's play that whole entire top line together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So next we have the half notes. So remember, they're like quarter notes. G to F. Okay, and then the following measure is a half note and the 2 quarter notes. So remember, it's almost like a quarter note and 2/8. So let's play from the beginning all the way to that point. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Great job. All right, now this section is going to start getting a little higher. So remember, when we're playing those higher notes, we need to make the air faster. But we also need to remain in control. So remember, we're going to still breathe from the diaphragm and watch your embouchure. It's going to get a little bit tighter. So our next note is F, which is what we've been playing. And then B and C. And then D is where we start getting into that higher register. So just let's play D real quick. And if you don't remember the fingerings to D, it's thumb, middle, and ring, and then pinky. Play your D real quick. Great. Okay, so then the following notes is C and B. So let's play measure the beginning to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, to the end of 11. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Great job. And remember, if this is going a little bit too slow, you can slow it down yourself too. Pause the video. You can always, pull out your metronome and take it to a slower pace and work your way faster. You're in control here. All right, moving on. So now we have the G, and now it's still gonna get higher. So C, D, and then E flat. Because remember, this is in the key of B flat, so we have B flat and E flat. And to play your high E, it's literally all fingers, including the thumb. So go ahead and play your E flat real quick. Great, okay. And then just the following notes is D and C. All right, so why don't we play from the beginning to the end of that line 2. Okay, we're ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Hopefully you're doing okay with those high notes and the control. It kind of helps that we work our way there. So C, D, E kind of helps with that a little bit. All right, looking on to the following times. Next we have is F. Back to that high E flat. Okay, so why don't you take a moment just playing that F to that high E flat, because there is a little bit of a jump on that one. Great, okay. So then the following note is just the D, and then C, and B. And now we're gonna hold that B out for 1, 2, and then continue it on for half a beat. So it's for 2.5 beats is how long we're gonna hold it out for. The rest of that measure is a rest. And remember, it just goes to 2, so half, and then we're going to rest for 1.5. Okay, so let's play beginning to where it says fine. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Great job. All right, so we got through a huge chunk of this already. All right, so now let's move on to the next thing. So now, the rhythms get a little bit more complicated, but still not too hard. It's just the fact that it's the cut time. So our dotted half note, how long do we hold it out for now? So it's 1.5 beats, and then that quarter note takes up the rest of the half of the measure. So just like that. One and two, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. That's the rhythm. Okay, so let's just try that measure real quick. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right, let's look at the next measure. It's just the 2 half notes, so remember, it's just like a quarter note. 1, 2. All right, let's play from that previous measure to the next. So starting with that B. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Now the following measure has the same rhythm as that one we just did. It's just on the note C. All right, play with me. Just that note, or just that measure. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. One more time. Great. Okay, and then the following measure, it's just like that, except for we're not going to play that last quarter note, or as if eighth note. Okay, so let's play from fine to that rest. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right, so then the following measure is just like the first measure of that section. Okay, and then it's to E, just for 1 beat, and then C for 1 beat. And then back to that same kind of rhythm. Okay, and then it's basically like a repeated rhythm here going. Kind of see the pattern here? So let's play from fine to that second rest now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, so now it's the same kind of rhythm that we had before, except for now it lands on D. And then our next note is F. So remember, F takes a lot more control with our airflow. So remember to use the diaphragm and watch your embouchure here. So just tighten it a hair just to make the air go faster. So why don't we just try playing a D to F? Okay, ready? So we'll do 1, 2, da, da. Okay. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Ready? One more time. 1, 2. Great. Remember, if you just need to work on your F a little bit, you can. So just you can work your way there. D. And since this is in the key of B flat, we'll do E flat and then F. And that'll help you get the feeling of where your mouth needs to be. Okay. And then it's going to go back down to D. And then we're going to have the same kind of rhythm. Right? And then back to half, quarter, quarter. So we're going to play from the fine to the fifth from last measure. So it's the half note to quarter, quarter. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right, so now we have the whole notes. So that means they're going to be worth only 2. except for that last one is still worth 2.5 since it's got the slur. Okay, so let's just play those 3 measures with the whole notes. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. And then we have the rest and then the 2 quarters, which are like 8th notes. So it'll be, huh? All right, so let's play fine to all the way to that DSL fine. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. Okay, before we move on to going to the del sueño, let's start from the very beginning and we're going to stop at that DSL fine. Okay, just so we can put the 2 parts together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. Okay, so now hitting that DSL fine, we're going to hit the del sueño. So that means we're not going to play measure 1 as a repeat. It's going to go right into that half note of the F. So it's going to go ta 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 ta. Okay, so we're basically cutting out measure 1 as we repeat. Okay, and then we're going to end where it says fine. So now let's try from the beginning. We're going to hit that DSL fine, we're going to take the repeat at the del sueño, and we're going to stop at fine. Okay? So we're going to try to do the whole piece. Okay, ready? You can do this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. Now that is the whole piece. So I hope the del sueño made sense. So DSL fine, we're going to go to that S symbol, and then we're going to end on fine. Let's do it one more time for good luck. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. All right, you got it. Great job. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button so you don't miss anything we have coming up. Also, if you happen to have a request, just let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to make it happen. Thanks for joining, and until next time.